Hey guys, it's Destiny, and today I'm going to be showing you guys multiple Acheron and Cipher showcases. And before we begin today's video, I would love to know if you guys are personally considering pulling for Cipher or if you're planning to potentially skip her for someone else. And lastly, if you guys enjoy videos like these, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like to support the video, and now let's get straight into it. For our first showcase, we are going to be using Acheron alongside Cipher, Aventurine, and then Pela. And we are going to be using Acheron's technique like so. And boom, there goes Cipher with her follow-up attack. So we're going to start off by using Pela's skill. There we go, just to guarantee a debuff right there and also get some more energy for Pela as well. And we're just going to keep attacking like so. And now we also have max stacks here with Acheron. So with Pela, I want to inflict a defense reduction onto these enemies before I use Acheron's ultimate, just so we could deal a bit more damage here. So now with Acheron, I could just use her ultimate. Boom, there we go. So now the Mara enemy is going to summon its little minions, but that's perfectly fine. With Acheron, I am going to use her skill on the middle enemy, especially since this middle enemy already has some stacks on them, and also they are the patron. So with Pela, I could just basic attack. Now with Cipher, what I can do is basic attack with her as well. And Cipher is going to be really handy here when it comes to getting stacks for Acheron, especially with her attacking frequency due to how fast of a character she is. Those follow-ups are really handy as well. And she's going to be very nice when it comes to just debuffing in general and assisting with getting Acheron more and more stacks. As you guys can see, we already have another ultimate. And also Cipher will be able to provide that 40% vulnerability onto these enemies, as whenever she is on the field, all enemies will receive 40% increased damage. So that'll be very useful. Now with Pela, what we are going to do is first basic attack and now use her ultimate. And there we go. Boom, another debuff. With Cipher, what I'm going to do is just use her skill just so we could deal a bit more damage onto these enemies. So what we're going to do is just skill here with Pela. And now with Acheron, I am going to use her ultimate. Deal a lot of damage right here. And boom, there we go. Almost 1 million right there, so pretty nice stuff. Now I am going to attack the enemy onto the left since that enemy does have a bit more HP. So we do want to take advantage of that. Unfortunately, the patron is on the other enemy, so that is a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. What we're going to do is just use Cipher's skill, and there we go. Now we're on to the next wave here. We have only used up 1 cycle so far, so not too bad. And now we are about to get some buffs right here. Unfortunately, that TV gave the energy there to Cipher, but you know what? It is what it is. It's okay. That just comes down to RNG. There could be a little bit better RNG there, but it's perfectly fine. What we are going to do here, though, is just basic attack with Aventurine. Boom, there comes in Cipher's follow-up. And now with Acheron, we are going to use her ultimate, deal a nice amount of damage onto these enemies right here. Boom! Now we can use her skill. And now this enemy is going to attack us, but this actually works in our favor because Aventurine will be able to unleash his follow-up attack and also use his ultimate. So that's pretty handy right there. All right, we're getting a lot of stacks here for Acheron, which is awesome. Now we're going to do is just basic attack here with Cipher. They keep giving energy to Cipher. I don't know why. I guess they're just like, here's a cute cat. Let's give more energy for Cipher. But it is what it is. Cipher is being very, very helpful here for getting more stacks for Acheron, which is awesome. Okay, so these enemies are almost dead, which is perfect. TV finally gave energy to someone other than Cipher. We're going to be holding on to Cipher's ultimate since she is going to be able to deal so much damage to these enemies here with her ultimate. And we've already stacked up 1 million damage with Cipher, and it's just going to keep on counting. So the turbulence is going to come in. It is going to kill all of these enemies. So now we are on to the second cycle. We are going to be trying to clear within this cycle. With Cipher, I'm just going to skill to deal a bit more damage. Basic attack, and now, of course, the follow-up with Cipher. So that will result in more stacks here for Acheron. Now we can use Acheron's ultimate once again. And boom, there we go. Now we're going to get the attack boost. Now with Acheron, I could just use her skill. We are just going to break that TV since that TV was about to take away some of our energy. So what we are going to do is just use Aventurine's ultimate right here. Just debuff these enemies some more. We luckily got enough blind bet points, so that's going to be another stack there for Acheron. which is awesome. We're just going to use Cipher's skill. And now with Phainon, we're going to basic attack. We are so close to getting Phailon's ultimate. What we could do is just basic attack right here. Honestly, I maybe should have just used Cipher's ultimate right here, since I think we might have actually been able to kill all these enemies. But you know what? I just wanted to see if we were able to potentially get one more Acheron ultimate before this cycle ended. So we're just going to use another follow-up. We're like right there. And of course, the TV gives the energy to Acheron of all people, but we are going to get Phailon's ultimate, which means now we are going to be able to use Acheron's ultimate and lastly finish off here with Cipher's ultimate afterward. As you guys can see though, we're going to deal so much damage with Acheron that Cipher's ultimate is definitely going to be a bit overkill here. But either way, this was a 2-cycle clear, which I think is pretty nice in my opinion. And there we go, 1.6 million damage there. And that was our showcase there with Acheron, Cipher, Aventurine, and Phainon. Now we're going to just check out the builds right here. Here is Acheron, and Acheron will use the same build in both of these showcases. So we do have her signature light cone. For her traces, they're maxed out. For her relics, we are using Pioneer and then Izumo. For Eidolon's completely E0. Now for Cipher, here she is. She has over 170 speed, which is an ideal goal. And we, of course, have a bit of offensive stats built on her as well when it comes to crit rate and crit damage. We're using Glamoth and we're also using Pioneer. And now for Aventurine, here he is. We are focusing on getting a bit of speed on him, but you can definitely have him slower than this. You have the signature light cone. And now we have Phainon. Here she is. We do have Resolution Shines Pearls of Sweat, Eagle sets, and Von Whack, but you can consider alternative sets. And now we have the second showcase of today's video. This will actually be Cipher alongside Jiaoqiu, just to see the performance difference between using Phainon and then using Jiaoqiu instead. So with Jiaoqiu, we're immediately going to use his skill and then follow up with his ultimate right here. And now with Cipher, what we can do is use her skill, deal a bit more damage right there. And we already have maximum stacks here with Acheron, so we are just going to be able to take advantage of her ultimate right here. And boom, there we go. Cipher is going to come in with her follow-up. And now with Aventurine, we are going to basic attack. So we are going to take a bit of damage here, but since we do have Jiaoqiu on this team, each time these enemies take their turn, they are going to be inflicted with Ashen Roast. So that will be very helpful in the case of getting Acheron more stacks. And now with Acheron, we can just use her ultimate once again. And whoop, bam, there we go. Now these enemies are just going to revive themselves, but that is perfectly fine. What we're going to do here with Acheron is just use her skill. And we are going to continuously stack more and more coins here for Cipher. Now with Cipher, what we can do is just basic attack. We can basic attack here with Aventurine as well. Here comes in the follow-up. And now with Aventurine, we can follow up here with his ultimate. And we actually were able to get another follow-up attack from him, which was very convenient. Now we can use Acheron's ultimate. And what, bam. Now with Jiaoqiu, what we can do is use his skill. Boom. We can also use his ultimate right here just to deal a bit more damage and also get another stack for Acheron. So now Aventurine's going to come in with follow-up. And now what we could do with Acheron is just use her skill. And we are actually going to use Cipher's ultimate here because this will be enough to kill these enemies. And boom, there we go. Those enemies are now goners. And we also have almost enough stacks here for Acheron's ultimate. There we go. We got enough stacks. And now we could just use her ultimate. So the Ashen Roast is going to be really helpful here just because of how many enemies are in the field. So we're just going to be able to get more and more stacks. Now with Cipher, we are just going to basic attack. And boom. Now Cipher is going to come in with her follow-up. And now with Acheron, we could just use her skill like usual. And now thanks to the Ashen Roast, we were able to get another stack there. So now we can just use Acheron's ultimate once again. And we're still going to be able to get a nice amount of coins, as you guys can see for Cipher, even though we did use her ultimate in the previous wave. And we mainly did this just so we can clear within the 0 cycle. I'm going to use his skill. And we are also going to follow up here with his ultimate. Unfortunately, the TV decided to give energy to Acheron, so that is once again a bit unfortunate. But the ultimate for Aventurine isn't too bad. So we are going to use his ultimate like so. boom. Cipher's going to come in with a follow-up. Awesome. And we just are going to be able to keep debuffing these enemies right here. So what we're going to do is just use Acheron's ultimate just to finish off this first HP bar right here. And now we're on to the second HP bar, which the turbulence that is about to come up is also going to deal a bit of damage to them right here. Not too much damage, but it's still something. So we are going to unfortunately have the angry TVs, which is not an ideal scenario, but we should still be able to clear within this cycle right here, which will result in a 1 cycle clear. So we can skill. And now with Jiaoqiu, we are going to use his skill. And now we have Acheron's ultimate. We're just going to deal a lot of damage like so. Boom, almost 1,000,000. Now we can just basic attack with the Venturine. We are going to get hit here, but that's perfectly fine. We can just use a Venturine's ultimate like so. And now more debuffs for Acheron. Now with Cipher, we could just use her skill. Boom. I am just going to use her ultimate right here, deal some nice damage. And boom, there we go. So I believe we only need perhaps 1 more Acheron ultimate. And we should be able to kill all of these enemies right here. So we are about to get some more energy right here, and we will be able to inflict enough debuffs onto these enemies for us to be able to get 1 more Acheron ultimate before this cycle ends. We're also going to get that attack boost from the main TV in the middle. Now with Acheron, we can just use her skill, and then we are going to be able to use her ultimate. And this should be enough to kill these enemies. I'm not too sure why there's a little stack there on the TV next to the TV T-Rex. But whatever, it's fine. We were able to clear that in 1 cycle. We were able to clear 1 cycle faster. And then I was also able to test Jiaoqiu with just Pela instead of Cipher. And I actually got a 2 cycle clear there as well. So when I used Acheron, Cipher, and Pela, I was able to get a 2 cycle. Then when I used Acheron, Jiaoqiu, and Pela, I was able to also get a 2 cycle there as well. Now, of course, there could be further optimization to make the results better for one of the teams, but that is what I was able to achieve. And then, of course, here are just the builds. Actually, what I noticed when it comes to using Cipher alongside Acheron, especially if you do have Cipher's light cone, because of Cipher's attacking frequency, he will be a pretty nice option for Acheron when it comes to being able to get her more stacks. Since Cipher will be built to be 170 speed or beyond, Cipher will be able to attack very frequently, which, as you guys saw, Cipher was just able to get a stack there for Acheron. And now when we attack with Jiaoqiu, Cipher's follow-up is going to come in, and that granted another stack for Acheron. And of course, I do have the signature light cone equipped on Cipher, which is very useful for being able to have nice stack generation for Acheron. Since Cipher will be reapplying debuffs onto these enemies here, that will be very handy when it comes to stack generation for Acheron. So I would say Cipher is a very nice option. I know there's the whole meme right now going on between if it will, if it won't, or if it might when it comes to like the Acheron mains and stuff like that. I would say if you have Cipher's light cone, it could be considered maybe a might. I think the results are very good in my personal opinion, where if you do not have Jiaoqiu, Cipher still can be a very nice option. Now, I did test this as well in Pure Fiction. I did get better results with Jiaoqiu instead of Cipher. Pure Fiction would be a little better in Jiaoqiu's case, since there's so many enemies on the field at all times. They're going to be able to get a nice amount of turns. So the Ashen Roast is going to be very handy when it comes to getting Acheron more and more stacks in Pure Fiction. Do I personally think Cipher is a must pull? I did go over this recently. I wouldn't personally say she is a must-have, especially with, you know, like the Fate collab coming up next patch, and then we also have Phainon, so a lot of people are interested in those characters. But I would say, let's say you are lacking Jiaoqiu, Cipher will be a nice option. Cipher is also a very nice option when it comes to using her alongside Feixiao, which was my previous showcase. And you can technically use Cipher alongside multiple DPS characters because of the fact that she does have that vulnerability in her kit, and she also has the unique mechanic of recording the damage dealt onto enemies and unleashing that damage onto them with her ultimate, which can result in very interesting team combinations. So I will be doing more Cipher showcases very soon, but I did just want to share my thoughts in regards to Acheron alongside Cipher. I personally think it's a pretty nice combo, especially because of Cipher's attacking frequency. If you did have that signature light cone, even better. And I hope you all did enjoy this video, and if you did, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like to support the video, and I hope to see you all next time. Peace.